announcement. Something I wasn't planning to do, something wasn't in my goals for 2026, but I'm writing my second book. In 2024, I released How to Build Sales Confidence. On the night of the launch party, we hit bestseller status, and I was hugely excited and very happy with that result. And I'm really proud of this book. And if you're looking for any tips or you're looking to improve your confidence related to mindset, well-being, and performance, this is a great read. However, times have changed and the world has moved on dramatically. In the last couple of years, I've been a little bit more quiet. I've been reflecting, I've been introspective, I've been observing, I've been tinkering. And here's the thing, AI has arrived, not next week, not next year, it's here now, and it's moving at rapid pace. And it's reshaping every part of the sales process, from prospecting to meetings to research to closing deals to generating referrals. And I believe we need a tool, a guide to help people understand how to get there. Most people I speak to are like you. They're not sure where to start. They're not sure where to focus their efforts. They're not sure which LLM to use. They're not sure how to build workflows or automations. And I want to gather people to help with that process. So the book is going to be called Revenue Rewired, the definitive guide to AI native sales, marketing, and growth. It's going to be available in hardback, it's going to be available in paperback, Kindle, it's going to be available all around the world, and the release date is the 1st of October 2026. Now, this isn't just another sales book. This is going to be totally unique in the fact that I'm going to gather over 20 plus leading operators from the world. So world-class founders, world-class VCs, world-class sales and marketing leaders that can help define and shape this book so it's relevant. And we might even release future copies. People can't live on the sidelines anymore. You need to have a fresh go-to market strategy for 2026, and I want to help you get there. And things like, pipeline generation, revenue of infrastructure. I think what's interesting in my approach is how I'm building this publicly. I've learned from people like Adam Robinson, Gary Vee, and others that are fantastic at building content and sharing their content along the journey. And I'd like to do more of that. This is about what's working. So why this book? Why now? I've not been posting, I've not been chasing the algorithm like I used to, but I feel motivated. I feel inspired again. And I believe AI, without a doubt, is changing how I think, how I operate, how I work. I think it can 10x, if not 100x, my abilities to scale and support other people and businesses and my customers. And I just want to show people how I do that. Now, I have an advantage. I guess my talent is around being a super connector. I ran Sales Confidence for over 7 years, which became the largest network and community of sales people, sales leaders in the UK and Europe. And I've built relationships with some of the best sales leaders and founders on the planet, quite simply. Like, they're in my phone book. They're on my WhatsApp. I'm keeping a check on what they're doing and I'm seeing what they're doing and I want to share that. I asked myself a simple question: what if I could pull all this information together, not a blog post, something referenceable, a solid book that you can put on your table, that you can read and that you can figure out. And that's what gets me excited. It's the real strategies that people are using for success. That's what I want to be able to share. Now, what's going to make this more interesting is I'm going to be documenting the process. It was really hard writing my first book and I did it privately. For now, each chapter, each contributor, each referral, each strategy, I'm going to be talking about along the way. So if you subscribe to my channel, you will get early updates on this book and how we're doing. And I'm not going to name everybody from day one, but I've already got contributors lined up who are absolutely world class at what they do. You will recognize them, and you are going to want to get a copy, trust me. There's a waiting list, so if you go to my website, www.james.ski/book, you can sign up to the waiting list. There's also a referral loop, so the more people that you refer, the closer you get to a potentially signed copy of the book. But you know, I've got to mention this first book. This was a real labour of love, How to Build Sales Confidence. I talk a lot about my mindset, the experiences that I've had, some of the struggles, and I think it's important to talk about that and understand. You know, I often feel like an imposter making these videos. Like, you know, why should I be speaking openly about what I do and why I'm doing it? But you've got to put yourself out there, and I'd like to help more people do that. So ultimately, you know, this is a massive undertaking. I'm going to need your support, so please like this video and subscribe to my content, and you know, let's build a relationship, and let me help you with what you're trying to achieve. And maybe it's writing a book, maybe it's building a new go-to market engine, maybe it's getting your first sales job. I've been through all of this now, and I'm happy to kind of give back and contribute. So drop me a like, drop me a comment, and let's chat soon.